The latest edition of the Space Hulk board game was released in 2014 by Games Workshop. It was very popular and was even developed into a computer game. The board game had lots of amazing minis in, including some alternate sculpt Gene Stealers and Broodlord, and some super cool Blood Angel Space Marine Terminators. The game also included this bad boy, a fallen Blood Angel Terminator who is slumped, perched on a throne, who's withered away to bones. I'm playing a crusade with a friend who is playing Blood Angels, and I wanted something special to denote specific objectives. What better choice than this special and now rare model? They go for around £40 on eBay currently. Madness. Bippity boppity boop. I started off by priming it black, and then gave it a white zenithal spray from above. This model is going to be painted in a grimdark style, aged and weathered as if the corpse has been sat there for decades. I use Blood Angels Red as the base colour. This entire process could easily be done with paintbrush and spray cans too. You don't need an airbrush to do it. This is a nice rich red. I re-highlighted the uppermost areas of the armour with white again, and used Vallejo Red Game ink to give a brighter highlight and tone on top. I then used grey sear paint to block in the robes, purity seals and skull. I then used the black in the armour folds and some of the armour accents. I also missed the purity seal here. Don't. Then onto the gold. Rich Peter armour was used for the throne, the blood drops and the markings. I also decided to paint in the chest of Quilla gold and the right knee black. Some of the armour mechanical parts were highlighted in a silver. And then I painted a white skull using grey sear on the knee pad. As you can see here, I made some mistakes, but they're easily covered up with a bit of Blood Angels Red contrast. The purity seals were coloured in with some contrast paints, Skeletal Horde and Volupus Pink. And then I used Reikland Flesh Shade to wash all of the gold armour. It makes the gold look really rich and bright. It's also used all over the throne. I then decided, instead of just having the model sat as it is, that it would be cool if it was in a mini diorama. So I found these mini basing parts. I thought this will look perfect. Bibbidi bobbidi boop. I added the broken slabs to a base and then stuck in some glue in the crevices. Add a little bit of basing sand. I then added some skulls to random bits on the base. And then use some Agrax Earthshade on all the robes. This is to darken them down and muddy them up a little bit. I also washed all the metal parts and also the purity seals and skull with the brown. I sprayed the base black, give it a blotchy cover of white, Agrax Earthshade on the skulls, and then went over the base with contrast Basilicanum Grey. I then used Dawnstone, gave it a bit of a dry brush to highlight the raised parts and add back a bit of brightness to the base. I then stuck down the marine and gave the entire thing a varnish. The reason I'm using varnish is that I'm going to add some enamel paint. So I use streaking grime, spray this all over the model, the skulls, all the armour, all the gold, everything. You then use a hairdryer or just let it dry in the air until it looks like this. It's like sludge all over it. Like dirt. Or grime, if you will. I then use a little bit of white spirit and then a cotton bud which is either dry or dunked in a little bit of white spirit. What we're doing is gently remove the grime, leaving it in the recesses. You can also leave it applied in some areas, you don't have to remove it all. So after the grime is dried, this is what it'll look like. What I do is go over it with a soft brush, take off any of the sort of fibres left behind by the cotton bud. And this is what it looks like. Looks great. What I did then, get a bit of black oil wash. I then panel lined the model, so go around any recesses. Parts of the armour like this, in the skulls. And also all over the stone base. The reason I do this is it just adds extra contrast and definition to the model, really makes it pop. You let the spirit dry from the oil wash and evaporate, and then do the same as you did with the streaking grime. Just clean up the black. And again, you can leave it dirty in some areas and messy in some areas. Clean his boot. And this is what it looks like. Looks awesome. You could leave it here, but I wanted to add a little extra to it. I highlighted some of the gold areas with Retributor just to make them pop. Just a little edge highlight over the most raised surfaces. Use this micron pen to write some text on these purity seals. It's a lot easier than doing this with a paintbrush. I then used an old toothbrush that I used for scrubbing models and sprayed some of, or flicked some of the oil. And then also repeated the same effect with some more grime. I thought this step really added to the model, but it had applied a bit excessively in some areas, so I went back in and cleaned some areas up with a brush. Then used this weathering pigment, which is basically just paint with no water in it. So I went over all the sand and dust, or sort of dusty areas. And then also applied this to the bottom parts of the model, around the feet, the helm, and the cloak. This really adds to the effect that it's been, or the belief that this has been sat here for decades, gathering dust and withering away. What an awesome objective marker. It should really add to the immersion in our game. If you like this video, please comment, like and subscribe. And let me know what you think of this model. What do you use as objective markers in your game? I love reading the comments and feedback and try to reply to all of them. If you want to support my channel further, please consider supporting me on Patreon or by using any of my affiliate links below. And thank you to my current patrons, you're all absolute legends. And thank you for watching.